Hi, this is Heather Smith with BarrelRacingTips.com, and I'm coming to you live from the Silver Lining booth here at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. We're at the MGM Grand talking here to Sherry Cervi, who just won last night's round of the barrel racing, so congratulations. Thank you. And we'd like to ask Sherry a few questions. Now, I would bet that if we were to develop a recipe for your success, that one of the first ingredients would be starting with a horse that has a true aptitude for the event, that's really naturally talented. And so, tell us a little bit about, your family has a breeding program, and I've read that there's been something like 7 NFR qualifiers that have been sired by your family's stallion, De Niro. What would you say are some of the qualities that really stand out that his offspring seem to have that bring him so much success in the rodeo?
Well, I competed on De Niro, and he helped me win place in the average here in '05, and he just is a really gritty, stout, big-boned, not big-boned, but really good-boned horse, and I think that's really important in the rodeo world, is having a horse that can handle the stress of hauling and going up and down the road and all the runs that you make on him. And you know, he's very athletic himself, and his colts are athletic and have real gritty colts. And we're really happy with his offspring, and have had fun riding them and seeing other people be successful on them. And that's what it's all about, is, you know, when you're in the breeding program and having success for yourself and watching other people have the success.
Right. Well, great. So you say they've really got, like, they're conformationally, they're built to do well in this environment, and then they have, I heard you say the word gritty several times, which is exceptional, really, because the competition is so tough these days. So to have that, like, little extra bit of effort and try in a horse is so important. So
it is. Barrel racing is extremely competitive these days. It gets more and more competitive. People are, you know, breeding more and more for barrel racing, which is outstanding. It's making, you know, the competition great. And so I do think that if you have that horse that just, when it, you know, maybe
the chips are down,
chips are down and they're a little bit tired, but they still give you their all, I think it's very important. So it's been a lot of fun.
Right. So another question I have, as far as part of what's played a big part in the success that you've had, I would say horsemanship is a big deal. And so I know that you collaborated with Clinton Anderson a few years ago to do a barrel racing DVD, which is phenomenal, by the way. And so tell me some of the things that you learned from Clinton and how it made a difference in your horse's program.
Well, I did learn a lot from Clinton. I feel that horsemanship is very important. It doesn't matter what discipline you do, but especially in barrel racing, I think you go back to the basics and try to ride your horse better. It helps you all around at the end of the day. And, you know, I learned a lot from Clinton, kind of getting back to the basics and a lot of groundwork. That if they don't do anything or can't listen to you or respond to you on the ground, how are they going to respond to you when you're on their back? And so kind of backing up and doing a lot of basics is, you know, and learning where your horse is placing his feet and how to get him to place it. It was a really good learning experience. I feel I try to learn something new every single day. Clinton was great to work with. You know, he's intense about his job, and you know, is passionate about teaching people. And so, you know, I did learn a lot from him.
Great, great. Okay, well, next let's talk a little bit more about the Silver Lining herbs. Now, I know, like, let's say you start out with a horse that's naturally talented for this event, and then you go through and develop them with lots of really great horsemanship and training. And I was going to say one of the next steps is making sure that they're supported as they're being developed and as you're competing. But I hear that Stingray, or maybe even Stingray's mother, was actually on Silver Lining herbs, like, all along, while she was growing and developing. Is that right?
Yeah. You know, we've give some of our mares the mare fertility, you know, try to help them, our older mares. And the Stingray has been on the Silver Lining herbs probably since she was 4 years old. Okay. And I've fed Silver Lining herbs approximately 11 years maybe, and I think they're a great company, and I think nutrition is very important. There again, no matter what discipline you are, but, you know, to get the best performance out of your horse. And so, just as far as maintenance-wise, going up and down the road, trying to keep things
prevention
is real big, and you know, give them immune for prevention. And as maintenance, I keep her on the 10, 12, and the 18.
Okay.
And pretty much most of my horses are on that. And if they have this kind of maybe specific things I need to work on, a couple of them maybe have ulcers or I'll feed that to them. But I really do love the products, and they're about the nutrition for the horse, and I think that's very important.
Great. Well, I agree as well. And this day and age, whether it's human nutrition or horse nutrition, or whether it's a food or it's a supplement, if you can steer clear of things that are overly processed or that have synthetic ingredients or chemicals, then you're going to be ahead of the game, because so many of those things actually will, if not right away, they'll eventually cause negative side effects. And the silver lining, just as the name implies, are herbs, so they're plant-based and it's all natural. So it's an excellent way. They have different types of herbs to support everything you can ever imagine, any kind of health problems, or like Sherry does a lot of times just for prevention, to keep those horses running well and sound and going down the road and winning. So anyway, thank you so much, Sherry, for taking a few minutes to talk to us here at the Silver Lining booth. We're looking forward to seeing you at the South Point some more this week. So very best of luck to you throughout the rest of the week, and thank you again for visiting with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet.